Well, get ready for this episode because I'm sitting here with Ricky Roberts, and I got to tell you, this morning I got punched in the gut by the story you're about to hear, and I loved it, every second of it. So hang on for this. All right, and we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's Robert Barber, your digital mayor with Pinellas Live. And we are a 7 to 10 minute daily web show where we like to celebrate the exceptional life that is Pinellas. And how we do that is by celebrating the people, the community, the events, the things, the stories, the fabric that makes this a great place to live. And I am here for our normal Monday episode with Elizabeth Bunbury.
Good morning.
From Answered Prayers, and she's got an amazing guest for us this morning. And as I mentioned, I got punched in the gut this morning by the story that was told to me from our guest, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn it over to Elizabeth because it's her time this morning. But just want to say good morning, everybody, and Elizabeth, thanks for doing this.
Oh, I love it. Like I said, Monday mornings I start off laughing because you have such energy, and it reminds me about how great life is. And so it is great to share it with you this morning.
So I'll sit back.
And you can sit back, and I'm going to sit back because I want you to meet Ricky Roberts, and he has an organization called You Are Valued. And it is just an incredible organization that reminds us all, whatever our age, but most importantly, for the younger generation, that we are valued, because that is the most important thing that happens. And I got the joy of, he came in the studio the other day and gave me one of his books, and I think you have five books now. And they're easy to read, and they're meant not for adults. I mean, I read them, but they are meant for the high school.
The fifth one is it's a project dedicated to youth. The first four, they're for any age, really. You know,
Ricky, tell your story.
It's the first four were written with my marketing director would always ask, well, who's the audience? And like who they're for? Like they're just for whoever, you know, it's going through my process, and organically the youth, middle school and high school, really connected with the first one because that's my story. That's me sharing.
Yeah, so maybe let's start there.
But my story, I grew up and as a young person, witnessed a lot of violence, witnessed a lot of abuse. I became angry, became hurt, bitter. Because I was so broken inside, because I hurt so much, I felt like my answer to that was to hurt other people. You know, I felt less alone when I was hurting someone, and I fought a lot. And through that process, just to go quick because we're on a 7-minute time frame here, because this could go on. I could keep going. But I ended up stabbed 9 times at 17, and at that point, I felt, being so close to death, I started to ask, like, what can I do? How can I get back? What can I do to serve my higher purpose? Right. Something has to change. And I just started writing, and several years later, I would journal through the process of my pain and anger and confusion. And then my first book was started several years after that and came out in my early 20s, and it's just been this process ever since.
Now, you gave one of our mentors your 5th book.
Yes.
I'm going to be seeing her this week. So I'm going to ask her.
I'm curious to see how that reached her.
Yes.
The new book is just it's. I do a lot of work with young people through the organization You Are Valued, on empowerment, promoting compassion. A big talk on bullying, but through the idea of being more compassionate, more kind to people, and understanding that everyone is valued, everyone is important. And also understanding underneath the surface of who we all are, we all know what it feels like to hurt. Right. We all know that we don't like it, but we also know that we like what it feels like to do something good and kind for someone else. You know, so addressing bullying through the idea more of being more compassionate for our pain, that we all can appreciate, that kind of thing. So anyways, through this process and getting all of this information from young people, what I feel like they need to hear more of it just came out in this new book, the fifth book, where most of my books take several years to write. This one, I wrote the first manuscript in 2 weeks because it was like having a conversation with a group of young people and feeling everything they need to hear more of. Even if they're hearing it a lot, they can never get enough of it. So it's just this bundles of inspiration and support and appreciation for them wrapped up into a little book.
So take us back to You Are Valued.
Yes.
.org. So tell us about your organization and how that all fits in with the writing of the books.
You Are Valued. It's founded on the fundamental belief that the core of who we all are, we inherently not only desire, but we need the validation as individuals. We need to feel valued. We need to feel appreciated. And at the root of so many of our social issues that we face in terms of crime, violence, abuse, whatever it might look like, it's the lack of value people feel in themselves. So You Are Valued is a movement to value others, to inspire people to see the value in who they are and appreciate the same in others.
And tell about the cards that you have, because I think that, receiving something like this from somebody, you kind of stop and smile because somebody noticed you,
Yes.
they appreciated you, and they valued you. So tell them what the purpose and what your cards have been doing.
The cards, it started with this idea, we'll just, we'll get 250 million C, and I have these workshops for You Are Valued, like this is what I'll present on, this is what I do, but what is all of that, and where does all that go if there's no action involved? So it was a way for me to facilitate the action for people to be a part of valuing others, and it's the ripple of kindness, a pay it forward effect, if you will.
Exactly.
You give it to someone, you feel valued for having it. The words "You are valued," if you take anything preconceived notion out, organically they automatically radiate truth in us because we all know you are valued, you are important. So it's that idea to randomly give it to someone and let them give it to someone or keep it wherever it goes from there. And there are now over 20,000 in circulation around the world. I just got a message from South Africa last week, Belgium, Paris, just for people, because I could give it to someone, you could give it to someone, you could, and we don't know where those people are going. But beyond that, the reach and numbers, that means nothing. The real thing that matters is the stories that come with someone getting this, or people getting this on a day where you don't know what pain they're dealing with, what they're going through inside, and they could be, in some stories, heard on the verge of suicide, the verge of taking their life because they're so broken, and then someone randomly takes the time to acknowledge them for who they are. They could take the card and rip it up, throw it away, whatever, but that moment of validation in someone is really what it's all about.
And I think with our world and technology, we're spending more time like this on our phones and less time like this.
Yes.
And so for it to be noticed, I remember standing at the grocery store, probably one of the ugliest times of my life, and just wishing that somebody next to me would say hello.
Yes.
And we're losing the human connection. So by giving them a call to action, here, you get this, pass it on.
Yes.
It's amazing because when they give it away, the feeling they get, not only when they got it to say I'm valued, but when they give it away, to shine in somebody else's eyes, builds them up. So it's got more than one touch in their life.
Well, we're about 8 minutes into our 10 minutes today.
I love it.
Hey, and I see people are jumping on. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for joining in. But Elizabeth, we always like to wrap our show, so it's up to you.
Do you have anything that you would love to just, if you could pass on any word of wisdom, what would you pass on today? It doesn't have to be prophetic.
Does that have to be one word?
It's not the end of the world.
No word.
No.
Well, I was surfing yesterday. I said the wind will be the wind. My friend's like, Robert, that's deep, because that is deep. But no, it's wherever you are and whatever you're going through, whatever your troubles may be, always know it. that how important you are, how much your life matters, and even if you're not in a stage of turbulence, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for bringing to the world what you do and only you can do through the way that you do it.
That's good. Everybody's on purpose.
Yes.
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 Everybody.
Everyone. You know, we're here, we're doing this show. You do beautiful work with your project. You do amazing work for facilitating this, bringing this voice. It doesn't matter because we all have purpose in who we are, wherever we are, and how we choose to interact with other people and what we choose to put out into the world or not.
Wow. Hey, so anyway, that's our time. We always like to be so respectful of everybody's time, and so that's our time today for at least our live portion. We're going to hang out longer. Ricky's got a lot more to talk about. I have a lot more questions, so we're going to hang out and talk a little bit longer. So if you'd like to stay on, feel free to stay on. But we always like to end our show by telling you that you are loved, because everyone needs to hear that at least once a day. And if you don't hear from anybody else, we're telling you that you are loved. Go out and live the exceptional life that is Pinellas. And you know, our show is sponsored by the Moeller&Barber real estate team, and we just love where we live and we love the people. So
Love it.
all right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. Go make it a great day. Ricky, thank you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, as always, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, all right, we're going to hang out a little bit longer. So if you want to hang on. And, you know, we're just going to talk a little bit longer. So how did you start writing? So you just put the pen down and...
Me notebooks, the little composition books, and I don't know, I still am baffled by how we get the insight to do what we need to do to best serve ourselves, you know, in times we don't even know we're getting that insight.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've always drawn, and pencils are my thing. I love to draw. I still do. It's a way I nurture myself. Skateboarding, that was a very strong outlet for me, and a way to balance my anger, and it's still something I do to keep my cup full. But I started journaling one day. I really like it, and when I did it, the moment the pen like hit the paper, I couldn't stop writing. Like
That's
I just started filling up notebooks of like, I'm so angry. I'm like just going through that process, and it's something that I haven't stopped. And when I started my first book, it wasn't like, I'm going to sit down and write a book now. I've always wanted to do this. I was journaling just like I had been doing, and I had a college professor introduce me to morning pages, which is challenge yourself to write 3 pages every morning.
Wow.
Start to front, like whatever. Like I don't know what to write right now. Don't stop until you finish 3 pages. Yeah. And I would do that and journal often my confusion, my frustrations, things, the ways I saw the world, philosophies, whatever. And one day it just started with, if you ever feel like life's passing you by, take or stop and take a moment to analyze, or something weird, or something like that. And not weird, but something like that. And then it turned into an introduction, a few other pages. Oh, this is interesting. I'm kind of on the same thought here, and I kept going. And I would go to Barnes and Nobles in St. Pete. I'm born and raised in St. Pete. I would go there every night. I would go watch the sunset, and then I would go to this Barnes and Nobles, and I just kept writing and writing. And then at some point, they started to notice me in there. Like, what are you doing in here? Are you studying, or like, what are you?
Do we need to, put your name on the window?
Like,
Office of Ricky Roberts.
And I said, no, I don't know. I think I'm writing a book. I'm not sure. And then it got to the point where, like, no, I'm writing a book. I know I'm writing a book. And then I finished one day, and I just closed my notebook and thought, I just wrote my first book.
Oh, that's so cool. What a good story.
Yeah.
That's very cool. That's very cool. You know, I love what you're doing.
He's got a story.
I know. I just love what you're doing, man. You know, it's inspiring, and so just keep doing it.
Well, and thank you for what you're doing. It's like we were saying just a few minutes ago, how we all can be a part of this, and you are bringing these stories out in people because you see the need for people to share, and it's not really about my story. It's about that we all have a story, and we're all in this together, and we're doing it in different ways. And that's what's beautiful about platforms like this. And what's beautiful about what Facebook provides for us in this way when we choose to use it for something good. And you, like we were talking about pre-show, the content you put out there, and choosing that content to be of value to other people, enriching.
I'll just share a real quick story. So last night, my oldest daughter, she's 17, and she says, Dad, I think I'm gonna start vlogging. I said, all right, that's cool. Just do whatever, so we had this whole conversation about what's in her heart, what she's doing, what she's going. Getting ready to go to college, a lot of choices in front of her, a lot of emotion going through, right? She's graduating, going through all this whole thing. So this morning I open up Facebook, and she's got a 10-minute rant on there about her love for Christ and about how it is not a popular thing to do, and to speak about your faith and who you are, and the challenge that it puts in front of you, and how hard it is as a teenager to profess your love for Christ. And and again, I'm not using this platform to push any particular worldview. I mean, because I love everyone. I just happen to be a Christ follower, and that's my worldview. But the fact that you can take a platform, and it just requires you just to do, just speak from your heart and be who you are. But as long as you speak with love, then it's all going to work itself out.
Yes. And first, that's amazing to do that for your daughter, because that is what our young people need to hear more of, to be supported and facilitated and encouraged and being who they are. In the new book, I have a whole section on that whole, like, being who you are, and how hard, like, how much courage that takes as a young person.
I know.
That's exactly right. 45 or whatever.
Gosh.
And we didn't grow up in the era of so much social pressure beyond our immediate circles, and now they have the challenge to be who they are in the midst of this like the world of social media and all the different pressures that we're bombarded on. Now that as adults we have more tools how to work with. You said I'm 59 still. We have the concept of figuring out in a different way where I'm not saying we don't have the same pressure, because we all have the pressure, but for young people to start stepping in that courage earlier in their life and being supported and honored for that, really. Like I will go into a group of middle school and high schools or whoever it is and be overwhelmed with the amount of respect I have for their ability to navigate through the times we're living in.
No, you're absolutely right.
And it's inspiring when they stand for love and compassion and take a stand outside of what the social norms are.
Well, I just want to just thank you for your story, and thank you for your courage.
Thank you.
It's pretty awesome. I thank you for sharing the story. So, guys, we're going to hook up in the comments all the information about how to get with yourvalue.org, and also just how to connect with Ricky Roberts. Guys, obviously he's got the scars to prove that he understands. He understands the hurt. He understands where you can come from,
internally and externally.
But he also understands the journey to not let that be a chain in his life, and that's pretty freaking awesome. So, anyway, thanks guys for the time. We're gonna wrap it at that, and next Monday.
Next Monday
We'll be there. Thanks again, Ricky.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, guys, we'll see you.
So did you ever figure out something to do with it?
Hey everybody, it's Moeller&Barber with the Moeller&Barber Real Estate Team. Hope you really enjoyed the latest episode of Pinellas Live. We just love bringing those Pinellas Live episodes to you guys and celebrating the exceptional life that it is Pinellas. But do me a favor, so you can get notified as quickly as our new episodes come up. Love for you to take a moment and hit the subscribe button right over here. Once you hit the subscribe, you're going to get notified as soon as our newest episodes are up. Also, here's some suggested videos that you may enjoy that are going to pop up over here. At the same time, Comments. We live off of comments. Go down to the comments, check it out, see what other people are talking about. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. We want to hear those stories from you guys, and we respond to all the comments and questions. So go now, hit the comments. Most of all, subscribe. Take care, guys. We love you.